falling over me. Secrets in a velvet room. Red light bleeding on the skin we almost show. Your shadow moves slower than the bassline bloom. Every heartbeat echoes what we'll never know. Fingers trace the edge of what we shouldn't say. Lipstick stains the glass, time drips away. We're two ghosts dancing in a locked embrace, lost between the longing and the aftertaste. Closer, deeper, where the hunger learns my name. This is the midnight veil, where desire learns to wait, where the darkness feels like silk and the silence starts to ache. Grab me in your heavy pulse, let the static kiss my veins. We don't need the morning light under the midnight veil. Crimson whispers dripping down the wall, your breath against my neck, gravity gone small. Liquid bases pulling us below it all. Every slow vibration says we're gonna fall. No words are needed when the body's speaking. Minor chords and smoke that tastes so sweet. We move like sinners in a sacred dream, halfway between surrender and the scream. Closer, deeper, let the night devour the shade. This is the midnight veil, where desire learns to wait, where the darkness feels like silk and the silence starts to ache. Grab me in your heavy pulse, let the static kiss my veins. We don't need the morning light under the midnight veil. If the world stopped breathing, would you still taste like sin? If tomorrow never came, would we let the hunger win? This is the midnight veil, where the shadows learn to feel, where the hunger never fails and the ache becomes surreal. Hold me where the lights go low, till the static sings my name. We were born to disappear inside the midnight veil. Midnight veil, falling over me. your silence like a second skin. Every unsaid word is pulling me back in. Your shadow lingers where the candles die. A quiet storm behind these lowered eyes. I trace the outline of what we can't touch. The space between us hurts almost too much. We breathe the same air, heavy with restraint. Two hearts colliding in a slow complaint. Yearning, failed, ache that never leaves. This is veiled yearning, a fire with no flame, a touch that never lands, a call without a name. I drown inside the almost, I live inside the weight, caught forever in the tension of this veiled yearning. Your gaze is velvet cutting through the dark. Every stolen look leaves another mark. We move in circles made of smoke and need, dancing on the edge of what we'll never reach. The baseline throbs like blood beneath the skin, slow and deliberate, pulling me deeper in. No release, just this delicious pain, looping endlessly inside my veins. Yearning, veiled, closer than my own breath. This is veiled yearning, a fire with no flame, a touch that never lands, a call without a name. I drown inside the almost, I live inside the weight, caught forever in the tension of this veiled yearning. If I let go, would you finally fall? If I whispered yes, would you break it all? We're so close, yet wrapped in this veil. Tell me how long can we both exhale? This is veiled yearning, where desire stays alive, where the hunger stays unspoken, but it never learns to die. Wrap me in this sadness almost, keep me trembling in the way I was made to feel this deeply in your veiled yearning. Still burning. Still burning. Trembling. Right before the fall. Your mouth lingers like a secret I can't name. One frozen breath from setting fire to the flame. Crimson shadows paint the silence on the wall. Every inch between us feels like standing on the edge of it all. I taste the heat before your skin even meets mine. A slow electric current running down my spine. Lips hover trembling, caught in perfect tease. The sweetness bringing me to my knees, aching, burning. Don't you dare release. This is the aching kiss, the torment wrapped in bliss, a promise never given, a touch that doesn't exist. I'm suspended in the shiver, in the space where we resist, lost inside the sweetest torture of this aching kiss. Your fingers draw a ghost across the curve of my neck. Every almost touch leaves a mark I can't forget. The baseline crawls like honey mixed with pain, pulling me under in this velvet chain. We circle slowly like moths around the globe, knowing one collision could burn everything we know. Every unsaid word drips like wine upon my tongue. This slow seduction leaves me beautifully undone, aching, burning. Make the hunger run deeper. This is the aching kiss, the torment wrapped in bliss, a promise never given, a touch that doesn't exist. I'm suspended in a shiver, in the space where we resist, lost inside the sweetest torture of this aching kiss. What if we cross this fragile line tonight? Would the world ignite, or would it feel so right? How long can we survive this dangerous game before the ache consumes us both in flame? This is the aching kiss, where pleasure learns to bleed, where every almost hurts and every almost frees. Hold me right here on the edge, in this velvet dark abyss. I never want to leave you in this aching kiss. Right before the fall, never close enough. The temperature rises before we even move. Your arms slide around me like smoke turned to flame. Slow motion fire with no mercy, no shame. The room starts to melt where our bodies collide. Every inch of contact pulls me deeper inside. Heat radiates through layers of thin silken skin, a quiet inferno building from within. Your chest against my back, breath hot on my neck. This burning embrace I never want to end. Burning closer, let it consume. This is the burning embrace, where desire turns to flame, where every touch ignites to sweat and perfume, mixing with the low red glow. Every movement writes a language only we know. No rush, no release, just this endless slow burn. Lessons and pleasure that we're both eager to learn. Your hands map territories I've never let anyone claim, turning quiet longing into liquid flame. Burning closer, let the fire run deeper. This is the burning embrace, where desire turns to flame, where every touch ignites and nothing feels the same. Wrap me tighter in your fire, till the world fades into haze. I surrender to the heat in this burning embrace. If we let go completely, will we disappear or become something brighter burning here? Tell me how much heat we can survive before this burning embrace sets us both alive. This is the burning embrace, where pleasure has no name, where restraint becomes a spark and longing turns to flame. Hold me here inside the blaze, till only ashes remain. I was born to burn like this, in your burning embrace. The temperature rises and never breaks. Just a glimpse, already fading. You left a fingerprint, a warmth upon my wrist, a ghost of pressure I can't seem to resist. The scent of you still lingers in the air, like incense burning somewhere I can't find. One fleeting trace is all you ever give, a brush of fingers where the night begins to live. I chase the memory through the candle smoke, a silver thread of almost that refuses to let go. Fleeting, fading, still it pulls me under. This is the fleeting trace, a touch that disappears. Your shadow slips across the wall, and then it's gone, leaving me reaching for what I never quite caught on. The bassline sighs like breath against my ear, reminding me you're close, but never near. We write a story in invisible ink, moments so delicate they vanish when I blink. Every stolen second carves another line on skin that still remembers what was never fully mine. Fleeting, fading, deeper than it seems. This is the fleeting trace, a touch that disappears, a spark that leaves its mark and then dissolves to tears. I'm haunted by the echo of something barely there, caught forever in the beauty of your fleeting trace. If I close my eyes, can I make you stay? Or are you only real when you slip away? How many almost can one heart survive before the fleeting trace becomes the reason I'm alive? This is the fleeting trace, the ache of what we miss, the quiet kind of beauty in a touch sealed with a kiss. I'll keep collecting fragments of the warmth you leave behind, forever drawn into the mystery of your fleeting trace. Just a glimpse, already fading, yet never gone. Petals in the dark, opening only for you. She blooms at midnight when the world forgets to watch. Velvet petals trembling at the slightest touch. A flower born in shadows, dangerous and rare. Perfume thick as secrets hanging in the air. Her stem is wrapped in thorns that promise sweetest pain. One drop of blood, one sigh, and nothing stays the same. I lean in closer, though I know I shouldn't dare to taste the forbidden fleur that grows only there. Forbidden, opening, pulling me inside. This is the forbidden fleur, a beauty laced with sin, a scent that wraps around me and draws me deeper in. I know that I should leave her, but my hands refuse to go, lost inside the poison petals of your forbidden fleur. Her colors shift from crimson into midnight blue. This is the forbidden fleur, a beauty laced with sin, a scent that wraps around me and draws me deeper in. I know that I should leave her, but my hands refuse to go. Lost inside the poison petals of your forbidden fleur. Will the garden burn, or will the night forget what the daylight never learns? Tell me, pretty poison, how much can I survive before this forbidden flirt becomes the reason I'm alive? This is the forbidden fleur, where danger tastes so sweet, where every hidden petal makes the hunger feel complete. I surrender to your fragrance, let the thorns tear through my skin. I was always meant to fall for your forbidden fleur. Petals in the dark, still opening for you. Inside my veins, it starts as whispers underneath the skin, a slow red tide that pulls me back again. The night has cracked me open, soft and deep, and all the color floods where I used to sleep. My pulse is louder than the basslines hum, every beat awakening what once was numb. Crimson light is bleeding through the dark, painting every secret, every hidden mark. Awakening, crimson, let it take control. This is the crimson awakening, where blood begins to sing, where shadows turn to fever, and silence learns to sting. I feel it spreading through me, like liquid fire in my veins. There's no return, no mercy in this crimson awakening. My body hums with colors I can't name. Every touch from you sets another flame. The room is soaked in deep vermilion glow, and everything I touch begins to overflow. No more hiding, no more quiet restraints. The hunger wakes and breaks its iron chain. I arch into the feeling, raw and true, as crimson waves come crashing over you. Awakening, crimson, deeper than before. This is the crimson awakening, where blood begins to sing, where shadows turn to fever, and the silence learns to sting. I feel it spreading through me, like liquid fire in my veins. There's no return, no mercy in this crimson awakening. This is waking. Then I never want to sleep. Let the crimson take me. Let it run so deep. Tell me, can you feel it burning in your chest? Are we both awakening? Or are we just possessed? Without a single flame. Your hands move like moonlight across the dark. Soft silver traces leaving subtle sparks. No pressure, just a glow that sinks beneath. Awaken in the places I forgot to breathe. Every fingertip becomes a quiet sun, lighting up the shadows where the longing spun. You paint me slowly with this tender heat, a luminous caress that feels almost too sweet. Luminous caress melting into me. This is the luminous caress, where touch becomes pure light, where darkness turns to honey, and silence feels so bright. I shimmer underneath you in waves of golden glow, lost inside the beauty of your luminous caress. We move like rivers made of liquid gold, slow and weightless stories left untold. The bass line hums a low and radiant tone, while every inch of me begins to shine alone. No rush, no hunger, only tender fire, a gentle radiance lifting me higher. Your palms glide softly like a summer dawn, turning midnight skin into a glowing song. Luminous caress, deeper than the night. This is the luminous caress, where touch becomes pure light, where darkness turns to honey, and silence feels so bright. I shimmer underneath you in waves of golden glow, lost inside the beauty of your luminous caress. If light could kiss, this is how it would feel. Slow and endless, making everything real. Tell me, can you see me shining here for you? Or are we both just glowing, lost in something true? without a single flame, still glowing. Listen. They're speaking. They crawl across my skin in liquid black. Soft velvet secrets dripping down my back. No words are spoken yet I hear them clear. Inky whispers calling me closer, drawing near. They trace forgotten stories on my thighs. Dark poetry written where the moonlight dies. Each syllable a shiver, each breath a stain, turning quiet longing into sweet dark rain. Inky whispers slithering inside. These are the inky whispers that swallow me whole. Black velvet on my senses, a language of the soul. They slide between my ribs and wrap around my spine. I drown so beautifully in these inky whispers. They taste like midnight ink and cigarette smoke, heavy, slow, and thick enough to choke. They tell me things my daylight self denies, secrets only darkness dares to recognize. The bassline moves like ink spilled in slow motion, carrying confessions deeper than the ocean. Every drop that falls becomes a tattoo, permanent reminders of what I want from you. Inky whispers deeper in my veins. These are the inky whispers that swallow me whole. Black velvet on my senses, a language of the soul. They slide between my ribs and wrap around my spine. I drown so beautifully in these inky whispers. These inky whispers, if I let them speak, will they rewrite my name? Or turn this quiet body into liquid flame? Tell me, can you hear them calling out for you? These inky whispers know exactly what we do. These are the inky whispers, the ones that never lie, that pull me through the darkness with nothing left to hide. Let them cover every inch until there's only night. I surrender to their beauty in these inky whispers. Listen. They're speaking. Let go. Feel it take you. The air's thick with electricity and need. Every nerve is singing, every heartbeat freed. Your presence wraps around me like a second skin, pulling me under where the real world ends. Slow waves of pleasure rise and crash inside. No place left to hide, nowhere left to hide. The tension breaks in waves of liquid fire, lifting me higher, taking me entire. Rapture, erotic, swallowing me whole. This is the erotic rapture, where bodies learn to pray, where pleasure becomes sacred, and time just melts away. I'm lost inside the current, no beginning, no end, drowning beautifully in this erotic rapture. Your touch is scripture written on my flesh, every stroke a blessing, every sigh a yes. The bassline throbs like blood between our hips, carrying us deeper on these velvet trips. We arch and tremble in a perfect storm, two souls dissolving in a shared warm foam. No shame, no limits, only pure release, floating in the ecstasy of sweet surrender's peace. Rapture, erotic, taking me apart. This is the erotic rapture, where bodies learn to pray, where pleasure becomes sacred, and time just melts away. I'm lost inside the current, no beginning, no end, drowning beautifully in this erotic rapture. If this is sin, then let me never be forgiven. Let the rapture hold me till there's nothing left to live. And can you feel it rising, crashing through us both? We're breaking in the light inside this velvet oath. This is the erotic rapture, the altar and the flame, where every moment's a prayer and every breath's a name. Hold me while the pleasure consumes us once again. I was born to disappear in this erotic rapture. Let go. I'm already gone. Feel it beating through me. Your rhythm sinks beneath my skin like wine, heavy, dark, and dangerously fine. Every beat you send is laced with heat, making my body sway to a dangerous beat. The room is spinning slow in liquid time. Your pulse is poison, sweet and serpentine. It crawls through my veins, it fogs my mind, leaving only hunger trailing behind. Intoxicated pulse taking over me. This is the intoxicated pulse, a drug I can't refuse, a heartbeat made of velvet that floods me with its bruise. I'm swaying, I'm falling, completely lost in you, dancing through the fever of your intoxicated pulse. Bassline moves like liquor through my blood, thick and warm, it pulls me like a flood. Every throb erases what remains of control, leaving only fire burning in my soul. We're drunk on darkness, high on skin and sound, spinning in a haze where nothing else is found. Your rhythm owns me, body, breath and bone. I never wanna sober up, I wanna drown alone. Intoxicated pulse, deeper, let it drown. This is the intoxicated pulse, a drug I can't refuse, a heartbeat made of velvet that floods me with its bruise. I'm swaying, I'm falling, completely lost in you, dancing through the fever of your intoxicated pulse. If this is intoxication, then never let me wake. Let your pulse consume me, for heaven's sake. Can you feel me trembling, slipping out of time, lost inside your rhythm, perfectly in rhyme? This is the intoxicated pulse, the sweetest kind of sin, where every heavy heartbeat pulls me deeper in. Hold me while I'm spinning, till the night becomes us two. I was made to lose myself in your intoxicated pulse. Beating through me. Never letting go. Into nothing. Your touch dissolves me like warm honey on skin. Slow liquid gold running where the fire's been. I lose my edges, boundaries start to blur, becoming something softer, something quieter. Every stroke you leave becomes a silver stream, flowing down my spine, erasing every dream. I'm turning into water, warm and weightless now, a liquescent trace that only you know how. Liquescent trace slipping through my hands. This is the liquescent trace, where I dissolve in you, where solid turns to liquid, and like waves beneath the tide, carrying me under with each slow glide. My body softens, dripping into yours, becoming oceans where desire pours. No resistance left, no need to hold on tight, just warm surrender in the velvet night. I drip like candle wax, I pool like morning dew. Everything I was is disappearing into you. Liquescent Trace, deeper, let me blend. This is the liquescent trace, where I dissolve in you, where solid turns to liquid, and wanting becomes true. I'm melting, I'm flowing, no shape left to defend, lost inside the sweetness of your liquescent trace. If I completely melt, will you drink me in, or let me flow forever underneath your skin? Can you feel me changing, becoming part of you? This liquescent trace is all that's left of me and you. This is the liquescent trace, the most beautiful surrender, where every solid wall becomes warm, flowing wonder. Hold what's left of me in your open hands. I was always meant to melt in your liquescent trace. Melting. Into nothing. Into you. Not quite there. Yet I feel you everywhere. Your fingers pass right through me, like moonlight on smoke, cold and warm at once, a beautiful ghost. They leave no bruises, yet I bruise so deep, a touch that isn't solid, but I still can't sleep. You move like vapors, silent through the room, hovering close, then vanishing too soon. I reach for something real, but only air remains. Still my body answers, trembling with your name. Spectral touch, haunting every nerve. This is the spectral touch that lives between two worlds, a phantom kind of pleasure where desire stays unfurled. I shiver where you almost are, I burn where you're not quite, forever chasing shadows in your spectral touch. You trace my collarbone with fingers made of mist. Every place you linger leaves a silver twist. The bassline groans like wind inside an empty hall, while your ghost keeps pulling me deeper, deeper, deeper still. I feel you in the silence, in the spaces in between. The presence so unreal it feels almost obscene. You kiss me with our lips, you hold me without arms, turning solid longing into something without form. Spectral touch, closer than my skin. This is the spectral touch that lives between two worlds. A phantom kind of pleasure where desire stays unfurled. I shiver where you almost are. I burn where you're not quite. Forever chasing shadows in your spectral touch. Until the break of dawn. This is the spectral touch, the sweetest kind of pain. A love that has no body, yet drives me insane. Hold me with your nothing, till nothing else remains. I was born to be haunted by your spectral touch. Nothing stays in focus. The edges of the night begin to bleed and blend. Your silhouette dissolves into the crimson end. I try to hold your shape, but everything is blurred, like rain on window glass, like whispered words. The room becomes a pain and left out in the rain. Colors bleeding slowly, pleasure mixed with pain. I see you through the haze, half real, half dream. A vista slowly fading at the edge of everything. Blurred Vista, losing all control. This is the blurred Vista, where nothing stays defined, where longing turns to watercolor, and reality unwinds. I reach for you through static, through fog and fading light, lost inside the beauty of this blurred vista. The bassline stretches, melts into the air, every note dissolving, weightless everywhere. Your hands become soft brushes painting on my skin, leaving streaks of warmth where the real world ends. We're two figures blurring at the edges of the frame, no longer separate, no longer the same. The deeper that I look, the less I understand this hazy distant landscape made of trembling hands. Blurred vista, pulling me inside. This is the blurred vista, where nothing stays defined, where longing turns to watercolor, Everything is blurred. Can we finally disappear? Become the mist together. Have nothing left to fear. Tell me, can you see me fading into you? Or are we both just watercolor bleeding into something new? This is the blurred vista, the softest kind of fall, where borders gently vanish and nothing matters at all. Hold me while we dissolve into the glowing mist. I was always meant to fade in your blurred vista. Everything softens, nothing stays in focus. In focus. Inside the current, emotions twist like smoke around my spine. A slow tornado made of yours and mine. They spiral through my chest, they tangle in my hair. A storm of velvet feelings hanging in the air. I can't tell where I end and where you start. Every feeling swirls and tears my world apart. Joy and ache and hunger all begin to blend. A beautiful confusion with no beginning and no end. Swirling emotions pulling me around. These are the swirling emotions, a vortex made of skin. A carousel of longing that pulls me deeper in. I'm spinning, I'm drowning in colors I can't name, lost inside the chaos of your swirling emotion. The baseline circles like a current in the deep, carrying fragments of the promises we keep. One moment I'm floating, the next I'm pulled below, where every hidden feeling starts to overflow. We're caught inside a whirlwind, tender, dark and raw. No gravity to save us, no solid ground at all. Desire, fear and tenderness all twist into one. A storm of naked hearts beneath the blood red sun. Swirling emotions faster, let me spin. These are the swirling emotions, a vortex made of skin. A carousel of longing the storm itself, forever turning round. Can you feel the whirlwind tearing through your chest? Are we losing who we were, or becoming something blessed? These are the swirling emotions, the most dangerous kind of high, where every feeling crashes and every truth's a lie. Hold me while we spiral till nothing else remains. I was born to lose control in your swirling emotions, spinning, still spinning into you. This darkness feels like skin. Your body glows like velvet under low red light. Every curve a secret written in the night. I trace the map of shadows where the moonlight dies. Across this midnight skin that pulls me deep inside. Warm and smooth as silk where the air is kissed. A living canvas made of everything I've missed. My fingertips surrender to the texture of your glow. Lost in midnight skin that only lovers know. Midnight skin wrapping around me. This is the midnight skin, where touch becomes divine, where darkness turns to satin, and trembling feels like wine. I drown in every inch of this living night, forever marked and blessed by your midnight skin. Slick with heat and whisper beneath. Two silhouettes becoming one dark symphony. The bassline throbs against us like a second heart, beating slow and heavy as we fall apart. No boundaries left between the you and me, just endless midnight skin as far as I can see. Every breath you take becomes a wave upon my shore. I wanna live forever here, never needing more. Midnight skin, deeper. Let me in, this is the midnight skin, where touch becomes divine, where darkness turns to satin, and trembling feels like wine. I drown in every inch of this living night, forever marked and blessed by your midnight skin. This is the midnight skin, the ultimate of night, where every slow surrender feels perfect. perfectly right. Hold me while we dissolve into this warm abyss. I was born to disappear in your midnight skin. This darkness feels like home. This darkness feels like home. It starts so quietly, then everything shakes. A shiver runs like silver through my spine. A tremor from another world, delicate and fine. It ripples underneath my skin, too soft to be real, yet strong enough to make my trembling heart reveal. You haven't even touched me, still I feel the wave, an invisible current only you can crave. It rises slow and sacred like a ghost inside my blood, turning quiet longing into trembling flood. Ethereal tremors running through my veins. These are the ethereal tremors that shake me from within. A pleasure made of moonlight, too beautiful to pin. I quiver where you linger, even when you're far, caught inside the beauty of your ethereal tremors. The baseline trembles like a breath against my neck, sending tiny earthquakes I can't protect. My knees grow weak, my breathing starts to break, as waves of unseen pleasure make my body ache. They travel through the darkness like a silent storm, keeping me suspended, keeping me warm. Every tremor whispers secrets only we can hear, turning solid flesh into something crystal clear. Ethereal tremors, stronger, let them rise. These are the ethereal tremors that shake me from within. A pleasure made of moonlight, too beautiful to pin. I quiver where you linger, even when you're far, caught inside the beauty of your ethereal tremors. If these tremors never stop, will I ever be the same? Or will I stay forever, trembling in your name? Can you feel them echoing inside your chest? Are we both just vibrations, unable to rest? These are the ethereal tremors, the ones that never cease, a sacred kind of shaking. start so quietly, then everything shakes. We shouldn't, but we do. We twist together in the places no one sees. Knots of hunger tied behind closed knees. Limbs like ivy crawling slow and sly. Secret garden growing where the truth goes to die. Fingers locked like vines that never learn to let go. Breath against breath in the afterglow. We hide the way we tangle raw and undisguised. Two bodies writing sins that can't be revised. Hidden, entwined, tighter than a lie. This is the hidden entwine, where we nod and we conceal, where pleasure lives in secret and shame begins to heal. We bind ourselves in silence, in the dark where no one looks, lost inside the beauty of this hidden entwine. We braid our quiet sins into a single rope, pulling tighter every time we lose all hope. The baseline crawls between us like a serpent slow, feeding on the tension only lovers know. No one sees the bruises that we leave behind, marks of secret worship, sacred and unkind. We twist until we're breathless, tangled, intertwined. Two shadows making love where the light is blind. Hidden, entwine, deeper, break the line. This is the hidden entwine, where we knot and we conceal, where pleasure lives in secret and shame begins to heal. We bind ourselves in silence, in the dark where no one looks, lost inside the beauty of this hidden entwine. If they ever found us, would the world burn down? Or would they understand why we can't turn around? Tell me, can we stay like this, forever locked inside? Two souls forever hidden, forever intertwined. This is the hidden entwine, our private kind of hell, where heaven tastes forbidden, only we can tell. Tie me tighter, never stop until the morning dies. I was born to disappear in this hidden entwine. We shouldn't, but we always do. We shouldn't, but we do. We twist together in the places no one sees. Knots of hunger tied behind closed knees. Limbs like ivy crawling slow and sly. Secret God the truth goes to die. Fingers lock like vines that never learn to let go. Breath against breath in the afterglow. We hide the way we tangle raw and undisguised. Two bodies writing sins that can't be revised. Hidden, entwined, tighter than a lie. This is the hidden entwine, where we knot and we conceal, where pleasure lives in secret and shame begins to heal. We bind ourselves in silence, in the dark when no one looks, lost inside the beauty of this hidden entwine. We braid our quiet sins into a single rope, pulling tighter every time we lose all hope. The baseline crawls between us like a serpent slow, feeding on the tension only lovers know. No one sees the bruises that we leave behind, marks of secret worship, sacred and unkind. We twist until our breath is tangled, intertwined. Two shadows making love where the light is blind. Hidden, entwined, deeper, break the line. This is the hidden entwine, where we knot and we conceal, where pleasure lives in secret and shame begins to heal. We bind ourselves in silence, in the dark when no one looks, lost inside the beauty of this hidden entwine. We braid our quiet sins into a single rope, pulling tighter every time we lose all hope. The baseline crawls between us like a serpent slow, feeding on the tension only lovers know. No one sees the bruises that we leave behind, marks of secret worship, sacred and unkind. We twist until our breath is tangled, intertwined. Two shadows making love where the light is blind. Hidden, entwined, deeper, break the line. This is the hidden entwine, where we knot and we conceal, where pleasure lives in secret and shame begins to heal. We bind ourselves in silence, in the dark where no one looks, lost inside the beauty of this hidden entwine. We braid our quiet sins into a single rope, pulling tighter every time we lose all hope. The baseline crawls between us like a serpent slow, feeding on the tension only lovers know. No one sees the bruises that we leave behind. And it's gone. You bloom for only seconds in the dead of night, a fragile flower made of trembling light, petals made of moments, soft and paper thin, opening so quietly then folding back again. I watch you unfold in perfect slow motion, a single breath of beauty, pure devotion. Your colors flash like silk caught in the wind, knowing you were never meant to last till morning's end. Ephemeral bloom, here and then away. This is the ephemeral bloom, a moment dressed in grace, a flower born of darkness that vanishes without a trace. I hold my breath to keep you, but you slip right through my hands, beautiful and breaking in your ephemeral bloom. We shine together like a firework in rain, bright and brief and never seen again. The baseline sighs like wind across an open field, carrying the scent of something time won't yield. One perfect night is all we're ever allowed. A single brilliant flash inside the shroud. I memorize your colors while they last, knowing this ephemeral bloom will soon be in the past. Ephemeral bloom, don't fade too soon. This is the ephemeral bloom, a moment dressed in grace, a flower born of darkness that vanishes without a trace. I hold my breath to keep you, but you slip right through my hands, beautiful and breaking in your ephemeral bloom. If I could press you in a book between these pages, would the colors stay or fade like all the other ages? Tell me, can we stretch this moment just one breath more before the night reclaims what it lent us for? This is the ephemeral bloom, the sweetest kind of pain, a beauty so temporary it drives me insane. Let me keep this vision before the darkness seals. I was lucky just to witness your ephemeral bloom. It opens once, then it's gone, forever gone. Calling back. Every color we ever touched is ringing in the air. Red desire, violet ache, gold that wasn't there. They bounce off empty walls and come back broken, changed. Fragments of the night we tried so hard to rearrange. Blue regret bleeds into green, surrender slow. Orange hunger flickers where the after images glow. The room is full of ghosts made out of light, repeating every moment we surrender to the night. Chromatic echoes coming back to me. These are the chromatic echoes, painting over what we were, repeating every shiver and distorted, dying color. I hear them, I see them in every shade we stole, haunting me so beautifully. These chromatic echoes, the bassline fractures into prisms on the floor, splitting every heartbeat into something more. Crimson turns to scarlet, then to wine, then to rust. Every hue we borrowed slowly turns to dust. I close my eyes and still the colors scream your name. A broken spectrum playing a private game. They swirl and overlap, they bleed and overlap again. A rainbow made of longing that will never end. Chromatic echoes louder in the dark. These are the chromatic echoes, painting over what we were, they drive me mad? Or are they all that's left of everything we had? Tell me, can you hear them calling through the black? These chromatic echoes pulling us both back. These are the chromatic echoes, the last remains of us, a shattered life forever. Trapped inside the dust, I'll keep them, I'll break them till nothing else remains. I was born to live inside these chromatic echoes. Still calling back to you. Yet I feel every beat. They come from somewhere deep behind the veil, a rhythm faint and heavy, like a slow incoming sail. I hear it through the silence, through the miles and through the years. A pulse that finds me even when I'm drowning in my fears. It travels through the darkness like a memory in smoke. Low and patient, never rushed, never broke, calling me across the empty space between. A distant rhythm only I have ever seen. Distant rhythms still reaching me. These are the distant rhythms that pull me through the night. A heartbeat from another world that somehow feels so right. I follow where they lead me, even when they fade. Dancing in the silence to your distant rhythms. They echo in my bones when everything was still. A slow and ancient drumming only lovers can fulfill. No matter how far I run, no matter how I hide, they find their way inside me like a never-ending tide. The bassline walks alone across an empty plain, carrying the weight of everything we can't explain. It moves like time itself, patient, slow and deep. A rhythm made for those who cannot sleep. Distant rhythms closer than they see. These are the distant rhythms that pull me through the night. A heartbeat from another world that somehow feels so right. I follow where they lead me, even when they fade. Dancing in the silence to your distant rhythm. Distant rhythms. Distant rhythms. If these rhythms never reach me, will I disappear? Or will I keep on moving even when I can